This morning I shot a video about how I've spent the last couple of days doing machine learning on the stock market, and even though I made 200 or 300 bucks over the last 48 hours, I feel it was not worth it, especially in light of I have three clients that I do online tutoring today, and they're really nice people. I have good chemistry with all three of these kids, and I'm not going to call in sick or anything. I really like them, but I really jeopardized my work for today. But this wasn't the only time I put money ahead of all sorts of social skills, if you will. When I was working on my PhD, I had a girlfriend, but I was really stingy. And one time, we went to get some fast food, and my girlfriend suggested we go through the drive-thru. I didn't want to idle my car in the drive-thru, and I thought we should probably park and get some exercise walking in there. That's what I would have done if I went to that fast food joint myself. And so we ended up getting into quite a heated argument in the car. I mean, if anybody saw us, it kind of looked like we were arguing over something much more significant than a few cents worth of gas idling. That's how I used to behave around money. Even to this day, I still have to get over my natural inclination to be stingy. I really do sometimes. I really do. For example, during the pandemic, I've been very lonely, obviously. And so I've been wanting to go out to eat more, even if I have to sit in the outdoor dining area, even if I have to order takeout. It's important for me to get those social interactions. But even then, I'm so stingy. I have to fight with myself to go to those places. I really shouldn't do that. It's very important to make connections as well. Where else have I done this? I've certainly done some borderline dishonest things over being stingy. Right? So for example, one of my favorite hacks to do when I used to take the Greyhound bus a lot, not so much anymore, but instead of getting one of those first class seats, or one, I don't know if they call it first class, but they have ones with more leg room, what I would do is I would sit down in the coach area, but I would say that somebody was sitting next to me. People would walk by and want to sit down, oh, somebody's sitting there. And I would have two seats to myself, instead of having to pay extra for one of the more comfortable seats. Sometimes if I knew the bus was full, another trick I would do is if somebody undesirable wanted to sit down, right? Maybe they were overweight and they would take up my seat. Oh, that seat's taken. And then I see a very attractive girl, right? Hopefully not very overweight. And I'll say, oh, do you want to sit down, right? I used to do that a lot. But I still have to fight that inclination. Today, if I were to take the Greyhound, I wouldn't do that anymore. But I still have to fight the inclination to be stingy, if you will. And sometimes, actually at the tutoring center, I have a little bit of a conflict. You see, I work for a tutoring center, and oftentimes kids have a tendency to just drop the tutoring. Who knows why? I rarely do I hear the real reason why. And so in January, when a lot of people were signing up, I learned the hard way to never turn a student away, because you never know when you might lose 5 students in 1 week. Except that earlier this year, I really overworked myself, and I felt like I was going to die. I've lost a few students since then, and now I'm in the happy zone. But it makes me wish we could negotiate something to avoid either one of those extremes, right? I'll have to think about how we organize our business. I'm very close to my manager, so maybe we can organize something. But anyways, I learned a hard lesson that even though I made 200 bucks over the weekend, it was probably not worth it.